Okay, Amy at Two Oaks Farmstead, and it's supper time. I've been doing bread all afternoon, and it is time to get supper going for the family. And they're going to be very happy because I'm making some of their favorite things. Now, everything here that I'm making tonight is stuff from the farm. It's things that we have grown or raised. And I want to show you this kind of thing because this is something that in this particular climate, what's going on right now with COVID-19 and all that, people, storming the stores and raiding everything. There's a lot of people that went to the grocery store and they couldn't find anything. Well, this is a really great reason why people should be growing or raising as much of their own food as they can. So here we go. I'm going to show you. This is what I'm making tonight. I've got we're making homemade chicken strips from chicken tenderloin, from chickens that we raised and recently harvested. And then I've also got some squash and okra that I grew last year, had it in the freezer, ready to go, and I'm going to be frying that up tonight too. Now, I like to do a double or triple batter on my chicken strips. I don't like to do just the single layer. And you can do just about any, I'm using panko. You can do cornflakes, flour. There's lots of different ways you can do it. But the way I like to start, I throw it into my panko, give it a little roll, and then over here I have eggs. What I'm using is duck eggs, and they're really creamy and nice. And I put a splash of milk in here with it. And then I also put all my, the salt and pepper in this, and that's what will kind of carry over into my chicken. Now I'm going to give that a nice roll, and then I'm going to come back over to the panko, do it again, and then I'm going back to the eggs. I like to have a nice thick layer of batter on there. So there we go. And then I lay them off on here. I'm going to get quite a few handled, get this plate completely filled up before I even begin the frying. And I'm also going to get my squash and okra ready. Now, when I freeze my okra, I've already got it ready. I roll it in flour and cornmeal, and it's already battered and ready to go when it's frozen. So I'll just throw it in the pan over there into the hot oil. But my squash, I'm basically going to do a similar kind of thing here with it. And we're going to get them all going and feed my family, make them all happy. Okay, I've got my chicken all battered and ready to go. And now it's time to get started on my squash. Now, this is squash that I grew, and then when I harvested it, I sliced it up and froze it up in a Ziploc bag and in water to keep it from getting freezer burn. Now, when I thawed it out today, got it all thawed out, and then I drained it in a sieve, in a colander, for a good long while to make sure all the water is kind of drained out. Now, what I'm going to do with these is just stick them into the egg solution with the salt and pepper and with a little bit of milk. And then I will stick them into the breading, more panko. You can do this with flour as well. Just depends on what kind of a crust that you want on them. And once I get them through that, I'll stick them on a plate and get them ready to throw into the grease. And all I do there is just get the grease nice and warmed up until it really sizzles when you splash some water into it. And then it doesn't take long at all to fry them up. I don't do a ton of frying. I know I'm Southern and all, but it's just a thing. I try to keep my family as healthy as I can. Don't let them have soda pop or anything like that. But so I try to keep them as healthy as I can. So I don't do a ton of frying, but this is something that it's definitely worth it. So the occasional fried chicken, fried squash, and fried okra is good. We'll just call it a cheat day. Okay, so we're finishing up getting our supper ready. My little man here is helping me out, getting the squash in there. We've got chicken, okra, and squash frying up, and we're just about ready. I think we're just about finished, about almost halfway through at least. And then we're going to call it a night, eat up these yummy fixings. And I promised him some bread to eat with it since I cooked that today. And we're going to call that a night and hopefully be able to get these all online here very shortly.